Pessimism and the Path to Liberation. Arthur Schopenhauer is often regarded as the philosopher of pessimism, a label that stems from his grim assessment of life and the human condition. At the heart of his philosophical system is the conviction that life is inherently filled with suffering. Schopenhauer's pessimism is rooted in his metaphysical concept of the will, which he identifies as the driving force behind all existence. For Schopenhauer, the will is a blind and insatiable power that compels all living beings to strive ceaselessly, often at the expense of their well-being. Schopenhauer argued that life is characterized by a perpetual cycle of desire and frustration. When a desire is unmet, it causes suffering; when it is fulfilled, it merely gives rise to new desires. This endless striving, which he called the wheel of Ixion, ensures that satisfaction is always fleeting. Human existence, therefore, is dominated by a deep and pervasive dissatisfaction, as individuals are trapped in a relentless pursuit of goals that ultimately fail to provide lasting happiness. In contrast to the optimistic philosophies of his contemporaries, Schopenhauer rejected the notion of progress and the idea that human reason could lead to a better world. He saw history as a meaningless repetition of the same struggles, driven by the same insatiable will. This view aligns with his broader metaphysical claim that the will operates without purpose or direction. Schopenhauer's critique of the human condition is closely tied to his interpretation of suffering as an inescapable aspect of life. Despite this bleak outlook, Schopenhauer did not view life as entirely devoid of meaning. He believed that individuals could find temporary relief from suffering through aesthetic experience. Art, for Schopenhauer, provides a means of transcending the relentless striving of the will. By engaging with beauty and artistic creation, individuals can momentarily step outside their desires and experience a sense of timeless, universal truth. Among the arts, music occupies a special place in Schopenhauer's system. He regarded it as the most profound form of art because it directly expresses the essence of the will. Unlike painting or literature, which represent particular aspects of reality, music conveys the raw, universal force of existence. Schopenhauer's reflections on music influenced many composers, including Richard Wagner, whose operas reflect themes of longing and transcendence. In addition to art, Schopenhauer proposed an ethical path to mitigate suffering. He argued that compassion arises from the recognition that all beings share the same underlying will. By empathizing with others, individuals can break free from the illusion of separateness and work to alleviate suffering. This ethical perspective leads to an emphasis on selflessness and renunciation. Schopenhauer's ideal figure is the ascetic, who denies the will and renounces worldly desires, achieving a state of detachment and inner peace. Schopenhauer's philosophy was deeply influenced by Eastern traditions, particularly Hinduism and Buddhism. He admired their emphasis on the illusory nature of the self and the need to transcend attachment. However, Schopenhauer's approach differs in its focus on aesthetic and ethical solutions to life's dilemmas. While he shared the Buddhist aspiration for liberation from suffering, his method emphasized the role of individual insight and artistic experience. Schopenhauer's legacy extends far beyond his own time. His exploration of suffering and the irrational aspects of human nature resonated with existentialist thinkers such as Friedrich Nietzsche, who initially embraced but later critiqued Schopenhauer's ideas. Schopenhauer also influenced the development of psychology, particularly through his impact on Sigmund Freud's theory of the unconscious. His emphasis on the primacy of desire and the struggle for meaning continues to inspire philosophical and artistic reflection. While Schopenhauer's worldview may seem bleak, his philosophy offers profound insights into the nature of existence and the human quest for meaning. By confronting the reality of suffering and striving, he challenges individuals to seek paths of transcendence through art, ethics, and the renunciation of the will. In doing so, Schopenhauer provides a philosophical framework that remains relevant to those grappling with the complexities of life. His reflections on human striving, compassion, and the transformative power of art offer not only a critique of existence but also a guide for confronting its challenges with depth and insight.